Before we begin, thank you very much to Hotshot. Do you feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind like the wasteful plastic you are? For joining the Patreon campaign. It's a super weird one because I was requested to make that as the shout out instead of the name that came in on the Patreon email. So it's a little bit weird. But thank you very much for the support. Thank you everyone for the support. I have an expensive vacation next week. I really appreciate the support right now. I've still got a few shout outs left in the pool. The shout outs I'm worried about is what next week when I'm taking 4 days away and I need some in advance. So we'll keep that in mind. But that's a worry for next week, TJ. This week, TJ needs to worry about a news roundup because, frankly, there wasn't a whole lot of official news from Hasbro and Takara. Let's admit, they kind of just like let it loose, earlier this week, last week when they did for whatever reason today we're going to announce all of the things. So now we're just kind of left to pick the scraps, but we do have some stuff. So they did show off some more pictures of their masterpiece, Rhinox, which looks like an absolute feat of engineering. It's a pretty incredible creation. And we just got some nice new photos of him, some higher quality ones, some in different poses. You can see he actually has the shoulder range to be able to get his arm on top of the chain gun of doom. That's a really great touch. Looks like he's got lots of metallic paint to the inside of his mouth, on both sides of the mouth. Yeah, looking really, really nice. Close-up of the chain gun. I never knew it had a wooden handle, but I'm going to assume if that detail was in there, then they picked it out of the show from somewhere. Someone corrected me. This is the scanner for the alien device that sucked up Optimus, so it's cool. It's a weird one to include. I would have included his weird sippy hat that they put on him when they were giving him the counter virus from the Low Road. That's the one I would have given him. But this is neat too. It's nice when they come up. I like MP doing random props like this. Yeah, and then like a close-up of like what the extra expression does, which is, it raises the upper lip. Yeah, just a lot of really good ones. I like that they made sure to include that, to actually point out that his hands can actually hold Cheetor's gun, just to replicate that one scene. But now we need a masterpiece rat trap that he can also hold in the other hand and actually like strong enough to hold up, right? We have to complete that scene now. Still haven't shown him with Dinobot, too. That's weird. Like, they do the group shot, but they don't show everything. And yes, it appears not only... Okay, mouth is articulated. The tail can raise up, which is hysterical. And there's something else the internet has been talking about, which I will not mention here. What I want to point out is it might just be the perspective, but it actually looks like the eyes are in a different position than they are on the profile shot. I don't know if that's just me, and it's probably just perspective, but it still looks neat. Oh, they just did so much with this. They did so much with this. Yeah, I'm completely out of the MP cycle, but I might make another exception. Oh well. At least I have the maximal cast. I realize I have the maximal cast other than Rhinox, and then I'd just be one rat trap short, which I'm sure is on the way somewhere. So no, still looking really, really cool. Alright, let's move on to some other stuff. We've got behind-the-scenes stuff for Legacy Magnius. So we got to find out who was responsible in Takara for the engineering on this thing, as well as a lot of different close-up shots and how exactly the toy plays. Now that we can see it in better close-up, it's more apparent that they worked a lot of asymmetrical detail in, which I love when they do. Posability looks really good. The deco's still a little bit plain, but I'm sure a repaint's going to fix that pretty easily. He does have a section that can be used as a shield, which always bugs me. It's one of my pet peeves. But he himself also has a full shield mode, apparently. That is apparently a thing the toy can do. And they actually did show... Look. Hasbro photo shoot that's actually showing a Rock Lord. I'm not sure they could get away with that. But it does show that whether intentional or not, there is like a full quote-unquote rock mode that you can put Magnius into, which I think is a really cool thing to do. I love this hilarious... this is a hilarious image to me. It's like flying hammer truck. But yeah, you can see, this is where, look at that. Look at how cool that green one is. So the green one is where they went full, like, full Rock Lord homage with the design. You know, right down to the color scheme. And I prefer it not only because it's green, but also it has a little bit more character and different, like, color variants to it. I do really like the skull torso. I really do hope, like, due to the engineering, I don't think they could quite replicate that, but I hope they try. I would love for that to be like the retool at some point. It's cool. It's cool. It's interesting. It's very interesting. All right, we got some trademark news. Hasbro is applying for trademarks for Transformers 1. This is the standard stuff when they got a new series or a movie coming out. The only thing we really glean from this is the stuff they're planning to do. Entertainment services, so that's the movie. Toy action figures, no kidding, really. Downloadable game software, so they're planning potential games or mobile games for it. Printed children's activity books. The only thing to really glean from this is the fact that they are moving forward with Transformers 1 despite the results from Rise of the Beasts. So that's good to know because this seems like it's going to be the change in direction we need. And hopefully that is exactly what we get. Fortnite. I'm sorry we have to bring up Fortnite, but it is Transformer-based. They have announced... well, we knew this was coming out. We knew that they're doing a Transformer pack of characters for Fortnite, but now we have a full trailer for it. You can go watch it yourself. I won't air it here. But it does show Megatron, Bumblebee, and the Battle Bus-based Transformer in full detail, in full motion in the game, so you can actually see how they look in game. Megatron looks a little scrawny, I'm not going to lie. And Bumblebee is very, like, action hero-y in design. He doesn't look like he can transform into anything. They are still neat-looking designs, and I actually think that the Battle Bus is super clever. So this is cool. It's a cool little pack. You can get it at retailers on the 13th. And you can get it digitally on the 20th, which is always weird they break them up like that. But you'll be able to play as more Transformers in Fortnite soon. Interesting. I hope they do more like G1-esque stuff. You know, so there's like a G1. They need a G1 Prime at some point. Okay, so Shanghai Wonderfest showed off a few things from Trumpeter, another Transformer model kit company. Trumpeter does the small, like, very simple model kits. They're only, like, that big when they're done. And they're showing off a whole bunch more. We're getting an Optimus Prime, which is nice. They also showed off a Chibi line. So here we got movie Optimus Prime, in, like, Bumblebee movie style. And then we have the traditional movie Optimus Prime, looking appropriately furious. We got Bumblebee, we got Soundwave. More close-ups. There's Thrust. There's Starscream. There's Wheeljack. The interesting one for me is Dropkick. Because if they do Dropkick, they'll have to do Shatter at some point if they haven't done Shatter already. I've lost track of Trumpeter. But if they do that, like, it might be the only time we get a good-looking Shatter out of that design. Because trying to get the toy to represent all that is not ever going to work. So this is cool. This is cool. If you want little desktop versions of Bumblebee movie characters, that is going to be available to you soon. There you look nice. But of course, we have our preferred company here on the channel. Yolo Park showed off the last of its second wave of AMK series figures. We've seen shots of this at trade shows, but now we have really good close-up shots of their Rhinox. And he does look fantastic. Like, it really is amazing how much some extra bronze is really doing for this design. Man, it really is just like a the issue I have with the other Rhinoxes really just does come down to like this completely drab color scheme. The design is fine, the sculpting is fine. It's just so dull looking, and this fixes it so well. Oh, it looks good. Looks really, really good. I love the asymmetrical, like, scars and damage to him, too. Gives him some character. Yeah. For a robot we barely saw in the movie, they did a fantastic job recreating it here. So yeah, those continue, and I hope they do continue because they are, for the price, they are fantastic. It's also mentioned that when you buy this kit, you're also going to get extra parts for Bumblebee, which is going to be his battle mask and cannons for both the left and the right arms. So cool, so cool that they're working those in. You can upgrade if you're collecting this line. You can upgrade your Bumblebee essentially for free. So that's a nice little touch. Okay, we also have to talk Queen Studios. I actually have never heard of before this because they're doing a full statue of Rise of the Beast Optimus Primal. There's only 99 being made, 82 centimeters tall, which I'm sure translates to some form of numbers that I can't do the math. I can't do metric to imperial offhand. But no, there's only 99 of them. It's coming out in a year. So long wait time for something that's probably going to be outrageously expensive. And yeah, like it's very well detailed. It looks really, really nice. The base is done really, really well. Like the water effect on there is actually pretty convincing, honestly. Yeah, it's just a big old monkey statue. So if you're really into that, if you're really into Primal, and you don't get something like the Yolo Park one, why wouldn't you get the Yolo Park one? No, there's going to be a statue available. So I'm pretty sure there's more than one at this point. There's a bunch. All right. More stuff. More stuff. Toytour is doing super deformed Beast Wars characters. And these are so far, as far as we know, these are going to be just like continental Asia. Because, yeah, it's a Chinese toy company. So we might not get these, and they might be really hard to get. We have to go super zoomed in because these are potato quality photos, as most photos out of China are for some reason. But no, they just look straight up like the models from the show in super deformed chibi style, and they look pretty good. They look pretty good. Paintworks on them's really good. I love how the Waspinator looks. Yeah, and there's a few extras. There's some alternate sculpts. There's Megatron with his rubber ducky. No, they did a pretty fantastic job. I hope these are somehow available in the U.S. Interestingly enough, you don't see Optimus Primal. There's a hologram Optimus Prime in the back. I didn't get a photo of the other side, so I don't know what they're showing off there. But this would be interesting if if they would ever come out in a way that was easy to get. All right, now we can go back to normal zoom, and we can go look at another weird collectible. So we've got Mochi Bots. This is wave 2 of the Mochi Bot line. We saw the previous wave of Optimus, Bumblebee, and their respective retoolings. Do we even call them retoolings when they're plushies? I don't know. Restitchings. But no, we got the other side of it. We got Megatron, along with, interestingly enough, a Shattered Glass Megatron to go with your Shattered Glass Optimus plushie down below, which I thought that's a really cute touch. It's a really cute touch. And then we've got the Seekers, Starscream, Thundercracker, Skywarp, all well represented here. This is cute. These are cute. Nothing that I would go for, but you know what? For the people who are after them, yeah, they're just cute little plushies. There's some acrylic standees and buttons below, too, that I don't think we've seen before, but I didn't get good shots of them. We're kind of focused on the plushies here, which is just a kind of a obscure and neat collectible for some. Because I don't do Transformer plushies all that often. All right. Super 7 announced for Halloween they're releasing a Optimus Prime in their reaction line in straight-up Halloween colors. This might be the most evil Optimus Prime has ever looked. I don't care about your Nemesis and Shattered Glass color schemes. There's just something super sinister about this color scheme. Man. And like right down to like the webs. Right down to the webs on the deco. It's a weird one because Transformers very rarely get Halloween stuff in general or holiday inspired stuff. Like we got a Holiday Optimus Prime last year. But that's really it. Like, they don't delve into Halloween stuff much. Like, we almost got that in Universe, but those all got canceled. So if you want an orange and black Optimus Prime for some reason, Super 7's going to hook you up with a little 3 3/4 inch figure at the very least. See, moving on. there is a sticker campaign in Japan. If you buy enough Transformers over there, you will get a set of faction stickers, both in traditional red as well as movie edition gray and green highlight. It's okay. It's stickers, okay? There's only so much excitement I could put behind, hey, you're getting sticker sheets if you buy enough stuff from us. The ones where it's just like, here's a little weaponizer that you get for free. Like, that's a little bit more interesting because it provides a neat collectible. And they're sticker collectors, but like seriously, it's just faction stickers. I can order these off Etsy right now. But if you're in Japan, you might get some free stickers if you buy some Transformers. So, just so you know. More artwork available. So, a shop in the UK, the More Art Gallery, is putting up some limited edition prints of packaging artwork. What you're seeing here is actually the, I believe, Platinum Edition Blaster and Perceptor reissues they did once upon a time. So, yeah, if you really like that box art, it's going to be available in full print for you soon. And that's not all. That is not all. They're actually taking a lot of different box art from recent years, and they are producing them as official prints for sale. So, yeah, it's a little bit weird, just because like they're not producing anything new. They're just kind of recycling art. But if there is some of this packaging artwork that you like really liked, and you wanted to see it as like a full collectible poster thing you could have, that is now going to be available to you. Or at least for a very limited amount of people, because these are going to be pricey and limited run. But it is cool to do. I mean, it's neat to do, because the packaging art rarely gets the attention it deserves, especially because we don't... I really hope that these prints include some kind of, like, artist credit, because it is a piece of artwork. I don't see signatures or anything. But there's just a ton of them. There's just a ton of them. But it's cool. I mean, it's cool if there's a particular piece of artwork you were after, you might actually be able to get it now. And we're going to finish off with the weird one of the week, because we always like to end on a weird note here on News Roundup. This Irregular Choice is doing clothing for Transformers, and my God. Oh my God. Okay, so here's the sneaker. Here's the sneaker. This would have gotten me beaten up in school so fast. So fast. Oh my God. It's just it's overdone, isn't it? It's too far. It's too far. We've seen official Transformer sneakers before. Some are more subtle in their designs. Usually it's just like, here is normal sneakers, but they are in Optimus Prime, blue and red. And that's fine. That's fine. There's a subtlety to that. Where do I wear this? I mean, I work at a toy shop. I could get away with wearing these at the toy shop. But what about this? I mean, great that female fans have a choice too. But also, like, what dress event do I wear this to? What dress goes with Autobot red and yellow? I don't know. It's just so weird. There's the bag. There's a little Optimus Prime bag. And then one loosely based on Soundwave. It's just so weird. They're just so over the top. They're just ridiculously over the top. But I'm sure someone out there is going to go nuts for them. I'm sure someone out there wants them. And that's going to wrap us up for the news roundup for the week. So not a lot of official stuff. They just, they kind of got all that out of the way. We talked about all the big stuff, all the big news already last week. But the leftover stuff is at least weird. And I kind of like a weird news roundup once in a while. So, thank you once again for watching. Do appreciate it. Remember to hit like and subscribe on your way out. Helps the channel out and doesn't cost you a thing to do it. And if you're sticking around, I will see you next time.
I'm like, I think you guys got this. I will back away, and I will see you all later.
You've got this handled.
Alaffi's like, really? You're not gonna help me? Like, it's fine now.
It's like these disgusting creatures breathing down my neck, and you're all just like, I believe in you. You got this.
All right, you seem to have this. 5 minutes.